Hey YouTube, it's Alicia and I'm back, you guys. I'm back with the review of The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 9, The Reunion, Episode 3. Review. Let's get started. So this part starts off with the men on the stage. And Bob is trying his best to apologize, do damage control, and sadly to me, it looks like he's still on the edge of, or on the verge of laughing. I just feel like Bob just unfortunately cannot really truly understand the severity of his actions. I think he's gotten enough bad press to know he should understand, but he's at this point afraid to even say anything. Like he's over it. He can't do anything better. So poor Bob. Peter pipes up and he talks about how he was just sickened by the whole thing, how he wanted to punch Bob in the mouth. I felt like Peter was just doing too much for whatever reason. They all spoke on it because they all knew Sheree and a lot of them knew Bob also, even before it happened. And Kandi said she hoped that they could work through their issues for the sake of the kids. So she's probably the only one that felt that way or said that on the stage. And I think that Sheree's been very clear that, look, we can be cool and cordial, but a relationship is just not in the cards. So we get a brief question to Cynthia about her relationship with Peter, her marriage. What went wrong? And basically, Cynthia says it was too stressful. There were too many situations. She just couldn't deal with it. So Peter pipes up and says, basically, Cynthia was used to taking care of herself, and she took a chance on a dream, and she couldn't handle the ups and the downs. So if you read between the lines, there was too much going on financially, too much uncertainty, too much stress, and Cynthia's like, I'm out. I could do bad all by myself. So what I thought was really uncomfortable is that Andy asked both of them, were they dating? Sounds benign on the surface. And Cynthia said she'd been on a date. Well, Peter's like, oh yeah, I've been dating. I haven't had sex with my wife or whatever for a year. That was way too much information. We did not need to know that. That was not even the question. So then Andy asked, did he have a girlfriend? And then Peter says he had somebody he liked a whole lot. And that was awkward. And so then he went on and on and on about he hopes this person is, happy without him or whatever it is. So it seemed like he was talking about Cynthia because she says thank you. That whole thing was really awkward, the way he said that. And I was thinking, if you were that in love with Cynthia, you cherished her like you said you did, then why did you move to Charlotte, basically? I mean, everyone understands a demanding work life. But for you to move to another state, actually, and not have communication with your wife, you didn't show her you were cherishing her. You put the business first. If you know your marriage is in trouble, then you actually have to make sacrifices to make sure that foundation stays laid. So I just was like, that's crap. He didn't cherish Cynthia. He's upset because the gold mine has dried up. Candy package, blocks being consistent with Riley, blah de blah. Portia and Todd. What's going on with Portia and Todd? Portia says they're on a break. Peter seems to have all this information. He is super amped up about Portia and Todd. He's sitting over there. Why isn't Todd here? Why isn't Todd here? A whole bunch of nonsense. And she kept it calm. She just really didn't want to go into any detail. And he gets really upset. And that is why he storms off of stage. Non-issue, non-starter, waste of time. Like, who cares? Like, unless you were going to bring the tea, Peter, we don't need the tantrum. Peter attacks Phaedra, asking if she had the whole package now or whatever. He just seemed angry. And I think he really wanted to retaliate because he was really targeting Portia and Phaedra. But when he started to really go in on Portia and harass her, I felt like he was just trying to retaliate against her for what happened at last season's reunion. Because I'm sure that was the final nail in the coffin. So honestly, if there's no smoking gun and there's nothing that you need to hide, your marriage would have been intact. Like Portia said, your receipt is your divorce decree. So that was this news. Moving on. There's a brief interlude where Andy asks the couch if they think that Portia and Phaedra are real friends. They go around the table. Basically, the answer is no. And I don't believe it either. I think it was just something that Phaedra cooked up for the show. She needed an ally. Portia's a little bit gullible. And so there you have it. Kandi said that they don't have a friendship. They have an alliance. We don't think it's true because you can kind of see the wall that they've built up. It was pretty much frick and frack against the rest of the cast. In the very much annoyed department was Portia maintaining she never lied about Kandi. Like at all. And I'm thinking, you implied it, you said things, you did things. I mean, you spread things. Like, what do you mean? Like, are you really gonna sit up here and act like Kandi did those things that you said that she did, and you didn't know those things were a lie? I mean, I was just so sick and tired. It really took me back to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when Dorit would not own anything, and she twisted everything and just tried to just focus on one specific detail and not exactly the whole big picture. It was so annoying to me. Phaedra acted like she had no idea at that dinner in Hawaii when they were asking who said that Kandi was a lesbian. She was like, what? I had no idea it had anything to do with what I said at the table with Portia and Sheree. I had no idea. I was like, come on, son. I couldn't. It was so clear that Phaedra had coached Portia within an inch of her life on how to answer these questions, how to just evade the topic, how to talk around the answer, how not to give a direct answer. I mean, it was just, you could tell she was coached, y'all. I mean, it was just crazy. The other thing that's very annoying about these ladies, especially Portia, she's quick to throw the rock and hide her hand like Kenya, and then come back and say it was just shade. I'm sorry, but blatant lies and accusations is not shade. Shade is like thinly veiled insults or, sarcasm. We all know what shade is. So I think that either Phaedra needs to learn what it is, Portia needs to learn what it is, because they are not doing shade. They're doing damage. In the shame department, Kandi maintains that there has been rumors out there about Kandi and Shamea. And she's like, it's been said. And I'm sure it's been said by her. It probably hasn't been said in the community or anywhere else, but she has been the one saying it. So when she tried to act like all the ladies on the couch knew about it, they all were like, nope, never heard it at all. And then Andy asked Portia, have you heard about Kandi and Shamea? She's like, nope. And I just had to laugh because I'm like, not even your partner in crime backed you up on that lie, Phaedra. But probably because it had something to do with Shamea, and she'd already been up there crying, snotting, trying to make amends with Shamea. But she has to do a whole lot more, to me, to make amends with Shamea, because she threw her all the way under the bus for Phaedra. In more shade department, now this is shade. So Phaedra is upset with Kandi and Todd about how they were saying lies about her and saying all these other things. And Todd said the streets were still talking and they weren't bringing that stuff to the streets. And they're not going to bring the stuff because the feds are still watching. I was like, oh my God, Todd. Todd went there, y'all. Todd went there. I was howling. Portia completely tried to backpedal and deny she ever kissed Kandi or any of that stuff, even though she confessed it on the show. And Kandi has the text messages. She's going to sit up there now and lie and say it never happened. And I'm thinking, come on now, Portia. It's a little too late to be trying to deny this stuff. It was just dumb to me. Dumb. But the icing on the cake was what I said. Phaedra was the one who told Portia that Kandi and Todd wanted to drug her and rape her. Like, I said it, y'all. And Kandi was like, you said that? And that's kind of how it ended. But Portia said that she couldn't speak on it because Kandi gave her a cease and desist letter. And so she was going to let Phaedra handle those questions since she's the one who told her about the rumor. The crazy part about Phaedra is she always seems unfazed, unbothered, unpressed. She just sat there and Candy's like, what? And she just calmly didn't say a word. I mean, you know her mind is thinking like, how am I going to get out of this one? But yeah, so she was all the way busted. So yeah, that's how part 3 ended, y'all. It was an explosive bomb. I knew it. I'm sure many of you did as well. So I'm totally amped up for tonight's part 4 episode because I cannot wait to see what else happens. To get Kandi all amped up with the lies. What else is going to come out, y'all? I heard that Kandi quit. I heard Phaedra got fired. I know you've all heard that. I heard that Carlos King got fired. And I heard that Kandi quit. So I'm very curious to see where the pieces are going to fall for next season. I heard Nene and Kim Zolciak are in talks to return back for next season. Not a Kim fan. I'm on the fence with Nene. I mean, I heard they're offering her $2.5 million. And I'm like, is that per season? Or how does that work? But anyway, y'all, I'm amped for tonight. So let me know in the comments below if you watched part 3. What did you think? Were you surprised when the bomb dropped? Did you see it coming? Are you ready for tonight? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up so I'll know that you enjoyed it. And please be subscribed to my channel if you have not done so already. It's free to subscribe. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.